My beloved, stop for just a moment. Before you scroll past, before you let this become background noise, I need you to actually be here right now, because something unusual brought you to this exact video, at this exact moment in your life. And I don't think it was an accident. There's something happening around you right now, something that most people in your life can't see, something that even you might be struggling to put into words. It's not loud. It doesn't announce itself, but it's there. You feel it in the mornings when you wake up and something inside you says, "This isn't everything I'm meant for." You feel it in the quiet moments, when everyone around you seems settled, and yet something in you remains. Restless, not anxious, not broken, just aware. Aware that there is more. Aware that the life unfolding around you is only part of the story. And here's what I want you to understand before we go any further. That feeling, that pull, that quiet, persistent knowing, it's not confusion. It's not you being ungrateful or unrealistic. It is a signal, one of the most powerful signals a human being can receive. And the fact that you're here, listening to this right now, tells me that signal has been growing louder. So take a breath. Let your shoulders drop, because what I'm about to share with you isn't something you need to figure out or analyze. You just need to receive it and trust that something inside you already knows exactly what this means. Now, let me ask you something. Think back over the last few weeks, maybe the last few months. Has something shifted? Not dramatically, not in a way that anyone else would notice. But you noticed. Maybe it was a moment where something ordinary, a song, a conversation, a random Tuesday morning, suddenly felt like it meant something more. Maybe it was a decision you made differently than you would have before. Maybe it was a feeling that someone or something was paying attention to you in a way you couldn't quite explain. If any of that sounds familiar, you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now, because what you're feeling is the beginning of an unfolding. And unfoldings never start with noise. They start exactly like this, quietly, precisely, with a pull that only you can feel. Here's something most people don't realize about the way life works in America. In this culture, in this fast-moving, always-on world we live in, we are taught to chase, work harder, move faster, be louder, show more, prove yourself. And so when something truly significant enters our lives, we almost miss it because it doesn't chase us back. It doesn't compete for our attention. It simply arrives and waits to see if we are the kind of person who can slow down enough to recognize it. And I believe deeply that you are that kind of person because you're still here. You haven't clicked away. Something in you knew to stay. And that knowing, that is the first sign. Now I want to tell you something that might feel a little unexpected. Someone has become aware of you. Not a stranger, not someone random. Someone who matters. Someone who carries weight in the world around you. Someone whose attention doesn't come easily, and whose awareness of you means something. Now, before you start guessing who it is, I want you to pause, because the identity of this person matters far less than what their attention represents. See, when someone at a higher level, someone who moves through the world with influence, with clarity, with purpose, when that kind of person turns their attention toward you, it is never random. People like that don't waste their focus. They don't invest their awareness in someone who hasn't earned it on some level. So if they've noticed you, if they've become curious about you, if your name, your energy, your presence has found its way into their world. It means something about you called it in. And that's what I want you to sit with. Not who is watching, but why you are worth watching. Think about the version of yourself from 2 years ago, maybe 3. That version of you was trying, was pushing, was doing all the right things on the surface. But something was different. There was a layer of uncertainty that lived in every decision, a need for approval that colored every move, a part of you that was performing rather than simply being. And then something shifted. Maybe you went through something hard. Maybe you got quiet when the world expected you to stay loud. Maybe you stopped needing things to go perfectly and started trusting that they would go purposefully. That shift, that quiet internal revolution you went through, that is what changed how you show up in a room. That is what changed the quality of your presence. And that is what this powerful awareness has picked up on. They didn't notice the performance. They noticed what was left when the performance stopped. And here is where it gets even deeper. Most people spend their entire lives trying to be noticed by the right people. They craft the image. They say the right things. They position themselves perfectly. And yet, they stay invisible to the people that matter most. Do you know why? Because presence cannot be manufactured. You can fake a resume. You can fake a smile. You can fake confidence for a few minutes in a meeting. But you cannot fake depth. You cannot fake the kind of quiet strength that comes from having walked through something real and come out the other side with your integrity intact. And that depth, you have it. Not because someone gave it to you, because you built it. Through every hard night, you stayed silent when you wanted to scream. Through every moment, you chose to grow instead of collapse. Through every time you looked in the mirror after something tried to break you, and you were still there, still whole, still moving. That is rare in this world. And rare things get noticed by rare people. Now, I want to walk you through what this unfolding actually looks like. Because it won't look the way the movies tell you it will. There won't be a dramatic moment. No spotlight. No sudden announcement. In fact, if you're waiting for something loud to confirm that your life is changing, you might wait forever. Because real transformation in a person's life begins in the invisible. It begins in conversations that happen about you when you're not in the room. It begins in a thought someone has at 2 in the morning that starts with your name. It begins in a door that's still closed, but has started to unlock. And the reason you can't see it yet is because it's still becoming. Like a photograph developing in a darkroom. The image is already there. It just needs a little more time before it's fully visible. Let me ask you something personal, and I want you to answer honestly. Not for me, but for yourself. When was the last time you genuinely believed that your best chapter was still ahead of you? Not hoped, not forced yourself to think positively. Believed, with that deep, settled certainty that lives below the noise of daily life. If that belief has been quiet lately, if it's been drowned out by bills, by disappointments, by the sheer exhaustion of living in a world that moves this fast, I understand. I really do. This country, this culture, it is both the land of opportunity and the land of overwhelm. We carry so much. The pressure to succeed, the fear of falling behind, the comparison that social media turns into a full-time job. And somewhere underneath all of that weight, that quiet belief got buried. But here's what I want you to know. Buried is not gone. And the very fact that something in you responded to this message tonight, that is proof that the belief is still there, still alive, still waiting for you to come back to it. And this is exactly the moment that changes things. Not when everything is perfect, not when you've figured it all out, not when the circumstances finally cooperate. This moment, the one where you're tired but still listening, the one where you're uncertain but still open, the one where something in you is saying, I don't know what's coming, but I think it's something real. That is not weakness. That is the most honest, most powerful place a human being can stand. And from that place, the universe doesn't just hear you, it responds. So what does this powerful presence, this awareness that has turned toward you, what are they actually seeing right now? They are seeing someone who has been tested. Not once, not lightly, genuinely tested. And they are watching how you carry it. Because anyone can show up when things are good. The question that separates ordinary from extraordinary is always the same. Who are you when it's hard? And you show up. You keep going. You find a way to stay decent, stay honest, stay yourself. Even when everything around you is trying to reshape you into something smaller. That is what they see. And that is why this unfolding is happening now, and not before. There's a concept I want to introduce you to. Not a complicated one. Actually, it's something you've felt your entire life. You just may not have had words for it. Energetic recognition. It's what happens when two people, or a person and an opportunity, finally come into alignment. Not because they searched for each other, not because it was planned, but because both reached a certain level of readiness at the same time. And something invisible, something that operates beneath logic and beneath strategy, pulls them together. You felt this before. That friendship that started with a conversation that felt like you'd known each other for years. That opportunity that arrived the moment you finally stopped chasing it. That decision that felt scary and certain at the same time. That was energetic recognition. And what's happening in your life right now? This unfolding we've been talking about. This is that, on a bigger scale. Because the presence that has become aware of you, they are not just someone who is interested in you. They are someone who recognizes something in you, something that resonates with where they've been, or where they're going. And recognition like that doesn't fade. It doesn't get distracted. It waits, patiently, intentionally, for the right moment to close the distance. And here's what I need you to understand about that waiting. It is not uncertainty. It is respect. When someone of real depth and real influence moves toward you slowly, carefully, it's because they understand the value of what they're approaching. Rush is for things that don't matter. Patience is for things that last. And what's forming between you and this unfolding is meant to last. Now I want to address something directly, because I know there's a part of you listening to this, a part that's been shaped by disappointment, that is quietly asking, but what if I'm wrong? What if this doesn't actually apply to me? What if I get my hopes up and nothing happens? That voice is not your wisdom. That voice is your history. It's the accumulated weight of the times you reached for something, and it didn't reach back. The times you believed and got hurt for believing. The times you showed up fully and weren't met with the same energy. I'm not going to tell you those experiences didn't happen. They did. And they were real. And they were painful. But here's what else is real. You are still here. You are still open enough to be listening to this. You have not let those disappointments turn you into someone who closes off. And that is extraordinary. Because most people, after enough hurt, build walls so high that even the things meant for them can't get through. But you kept a door open, and what's coming is walking through it. Something is about to shift in a way you'll actually be able to feel. Not just sense, not just hope. Feel. In the next phase of this unfolding, things are going to start moving differently around you. Conversations will carry more weight. Opportunities will appear in places you stopped looking. People you haven't spoken to in a while will reach out, and it won't feel random. Doors that seemed permanently closed will develop cracks. And here's what I need you to do when that starts happening. Don't explain it away. Don't say it's coincidence. Don't tell yourself you're reading into things. Don't shrink from it because it feels bigger than what you're used to. Allow it. Let it be real. Let yourself be someone who good things happen to. Because I know that for a lot of people listening to this, there's a subconscious belief that's been running in the background for years. I'm the person things almost work out for. I'm the person who gets close, but not quite. I'm the person who watches other people's lives change while mine stays the same. And I need to say this as clearly as I can. That is not your identity. That is a story you inherited from a hard season. And that season is ending. The presence that has been observing you, understanding you, aligning with your direction, they are no longer in the observation phase. They are moving, not dramatically, not with announcement, but with intention. And intention, when it comes from someone operating at a high level, creates momentum that you can actually feel in your daily life. That sense that things are lining up. That feeling that you're being guided even when you can't see who's guiding. That quiet confidence, that's been building in you even on the days when nothing externally has changed. That is the effect of their intention meeting your readiness. And together, those two things create something unstoppable. Now here's what I want you to do. Right now, in this moment, I want you to make a decision. Not out loud, not in a comment, not in a message to anyone. Just internally, privately, for yourself. Decide that you are done apologizing for your potential. Decide that you are done making yourself smaller so that others feel comfortable. Decide that you are done waiting for permission to step into the version of yourself that you already know you're becoming. Because here's the truth about this powerful presence. They are not coming to save you. They are coming to meet you at a level you have to be standing in to receive what they carry. And you can only stand in that level when you've decided you belong there. Let me tell you what I think is the most beautiful part of everything we've talked about tonight. All of this, the shift, the presence, the unfolding, the recognition, none of it is happening to you. It is happening because of you. Everything that has entered your orbit in this season is a reflection, a mirror held up to show you who you've become. Because the universe, God's source, whatever name resonates with you, it doesn't send you things you haven't earned on some level. It sends you what matches your frequency. And your frequency has changed. The way you think has changed. The things you will and won't accept have changed. The standard you hold for yourself, quietly, without telling anyone, has changed. And those changes, those internal revolutions that nobody saw, they are now showing up externally. As new people, as new opportunities, as this unfolding that we've been walking through together tonight. You didn't just attract this, you created it. And that means something very important. It means this is not a one-time event. It is not a lucky break. It is not a door that will open once and then close forever. It is the beginning of a pattern, Because once you understand that your internal state creates your external reality, once you truly feel in your bones that who you are on the inside determines what finds you on the outside, you can never go back to living unconsciously. You start making decisions differently. You start protecting your peace differently. You start choosing who gets access to your energy differently. And with every one of those choices, the frequency gets stronger, the alignment gets deeper, the unfolding gets bigger. This is what people mean when they talk about a person who just seems like things work out for them. It's not luck. It's not privilege. It's not that the universe plays favorites. It's that they learned this principle and they live by it every single day. And now, so do you. We're coming to the end of this time together. But before we do, I want to leave you with something that I hope stays with you long after this video ends. You came into this world with something specific inside you. Not vague, not generic, specific. A specific way of seeing things that no one else sees quite the same way. A specific capacity for connection that draws people in without you even trying. A specific resilience that has been tested more than most people will ever know and has held. That specificity, that uniqueness, is not a coincidence. It is a design. And what's unfolding in your life right now is the world finally beginning to see the design it created. The presence that has been noticing you, the shift that has been building around you, the new chapter that has been quietly forming behind the scenes of your everyday life. None of it is asking you to become someone different. It is asking you to become more fully who you already are. To stop editing yourself for rooms that were never meant to hold you. To stop shrinking your vision to fit other people's comfort. To stop treating your own potential like something that needs to be apologized for. Because America, this land that you are living in, building in, dreaming in, it rewards one thing above everything else. Not perfection, not connections, not even talent. It rewards the person who refuses to stop believing in their own becoming. The person who keeps showing up. The person who gets knocked down, gets quiet for a minute, and then gets back up with more clarity than they had before. That is you. And every force in the universe that operates at a level beyond what we can see has been waiting for you to finally say yes to that. So here is my invitation to you. Not a challenge, not a demand, an invitation. In the next 24 hours, do one thing that the version of you from 6 months ago would have been too afraid to do. Not something reckless, not something dramatic. Just one small, honest, courageous act in the direction of who you are becoming. Send the message. Make the call. Start the thing. Apply for it. Say yes to the room. Show up as the full version of yourself instead of the edited one. Because that one act sends a signal, not just to the people around you, not just to that presence that has been watching and waiting, but to the deepest part of yourself, the part that has been asking for permission to arrive. Give it permission, because here's what happens next when you do. The unfolding accelerates. The alignment deepens. The presence moves closer. And the new chapter you've been sensing in the edges of your life steps fully into the light. Not someday. Not when everything is perfect. Not when you finally feel ready enough. Now, in this season, in this version of your life, with everything you already carry, you are not behind. You have not missed your moment. You are not too much, or too little, or too late. You are exactly where an unfolding needs a person to be, right at the threshold, right at the edge, right at the place where the